buys a bookshelf off Gumtree. I don't know anything about trees. I don't know anything about gum. I mean, I think I had like a Trident layer 40 years ago, but let's see what this is.
All right, here we go. Okay, fuck. Okay, here we go. Okay.
He says bad words. He's a naughty, naughty puppet. And this kind of is like IRL VTubing. Very interesting.
Walking to Sky, Chapter 1.
Oh, book. Okay.
I bought a bookshelf on Gumtree recently. It was an amazing experience. I'll quickly tell you about it and then I'll read the book. But I found it strange because it made me start to think about the way like our methods of communication have sort of changed over the years. You know, in the old days, if you wanted a bookshelf, you'd just go see Gareth the bookshelf guy because he was the dude in your tribe that made the bookshelves. He had a little bookshelf cave. He was reputable. Now any mad bastard can sell their shit on Gumtree.
And you never know what's in it. I would never, ever, ever, ever buy a mattress or a couch from anyone on Craigslist. You do not know what naughty, naughty business has been going on there.
You know what I mean? As a species, we're sort of able to cope with knowing and gossiping about around like 100 or 150 people. That's like the limit of our tribe. Any more than that, it starts to get confusing, which is why we created abstract constructs like territories and deities to unite larger groups of people under an imaginary common factor. And it works a treat because we only really gather en masse on special occasions. But I think like social media and it's fucking all that up, you know? I don't think we're able to deal with the thousands of people we're connected to on a daily basis.
And it's hard too. That's why I don't have Facebook. Well, I don't have Facebook because I was tired of seeing people's opinions that I knew in real life. But also, it's hard to keep up with.
And as a result, we neglect our immediate 150, you know? That's why I never get invited to parties anymore. It's not because I ramble on about veganism and fisting old ladies.
Wow! Dang! He getting down and dirty with the grandmamas?
It's because I'm not on Facebook and everybody just assumes you are. I am so behind on the births, deaths, and marriages of my friends.
That was the best thing about Facebook is that you got a cheat sheet for everybody's birthday. And now I have to guess. That is one feature that's actually really good. But I think the new Facebook is basically Instagram. Like, everybody has an Instagram. I don't have either, so I don't really be talking to nobody.
But I feel like the time traveler's wife every time I go to a party. I'm like, this is Tim, he's our son, he's 6 now. Fucking didn't even know you were pregnant. Anyway, and you know smartphones aren't that great. You know that, right? They're not. They're not that great. You don't need the internet in your pocket. You work at Coles, okay? You're not working for the president. You don't need it. You don't need that much information.
I need it because how am I supposed to eat my dinner without a video?
And also, what was the point of developing opposable thumbs for you to take a photo of your head and post it on the internet and then just stand by for validation? No one gives a fuck about your head. They'll only validate it in order to gain permission to post a photo of their own head on the internet and stand by for validation.
Yeah.
The people who give a fuck about your head will at some point see it in real life. Fuck your
Yeah, this is like calling out every single streamer for real.
head and the neck it rode in on. Your vanity is sucking up my bandwidth.
And there's like an opposite thing to that too. Like, this is also one of the reasons kind of sad that I don't have Instagram anymore. Is because I would go on Instagram and I would see these like super hot girls and I'm like, damn. I need to start looks maxing or something.
Anyway, this is what's going through my head as I'm on Gumtree looking for a bookshelf because you know when you put something in the search in Booktree, what the fuck? When you put something in the search on Gumtree, I'm having a stroke up here. Yeah, when you put something in the search, right, and like there's always a couple of things that come up in the list that are like the polar opposite of what you search for. I'm like, get out of my head, Gumtree algorithms, conspiracy. No, but seriously, you type it's like bookshelf and it's like bookshelf, 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 gramophone, bookshelf, 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 combine harvester. What the fuck? That's actually a pretty good price. Anyway,
That's how
on
they
this
get
particular
you.
day, I found 2 bookshelves that worked for me in terms of cost and, more importantly, geographical convenience, because I'd be fucked if I'm driving to Broadmeadows to pick up a bookshelf, right?
I didn't know how much you needed car that could pick stuff up until I did look on, like, basically, like, furniture reselling websites. You have to hope that someone will drive it to you if you do not have a Ford F-150. My Subaru was not picking up nothing.
I type in bookshelf and I see the 2 things and I'm like, okay, one seller is Kathy, the other is Morgan. I send them both the same text message. Hello, I saw your bookshelf on Gumtree. Is it still available? Kathy texts back straight away saying, sorry, it went this morning.
Oh.
That's cool, Kathy. I'm sorry I gave you an annoying voice in the retelling of this story. Morgan.
I do not want to hear the voice you would have for me.
His response came through a couple of minutes later and simply read, it was my wife's bookshelf. How do you respond to that?
I don't know.
Aside from the fact that it doesn't answer my fucking question.
What do you say? Like, is she pretty? Do you have a picture? Because then you'd be like, can I talk to your wife? And then he might take that wrong.
His use of past tense in that sentence unnerved me slightly.
Yeah, I guess then you have to be like, my condolences. And then he's like, oh, she's not dead. She's my bitch of an ex-wife. F her. Take it for free.
I'm like, oh, I should probably just find another bookshelf. And then I noticed he lived in the suburb next to me, so I replied, is it still available? He responded with the letter Y. Just a Y? Is he asking me why I want to know if it's still available? Or is it a Y for yes? And he's so in the throes of grief that he can't manage the E and the S. I assume it's a Y for yes, so I respond, cool, I'll take it. When's a good time to come and pick it up? No reply for 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, he's forgotten about me. Fuck it, I'll find another bookshelf. And then when his reply actually does come through, I realise he spent those 15 minutes crafting his response because it's a fucking thesis.
And maybe he types like, When you see someone bring out 2 fingers, you know that they're gonna be there for a while. That sounded bad.
He must have felt so bad about only using a single consonant in his previous text that he just massively overcompensated with this one. Also, for some reason, felt that the use of punctuation, entirely unnecessary.
I hate that.
So it's just one obscenely long sentence which reads, you must come and pick up now. I only have short time here at house and also it wide. So bring van or trailer and there stair. But I can help you carry downstairs. If you come park out front, walk up past ring bell and I will help you carry it to trailer or van. I only accept cash. And if you do not come now, I will sell it someone else.
How do you do that scream? He's like, he's like a Resident Evil zombie.
Again, I'm thinking, I should just find another bookshelf at this point. But
It's
now
not
I
worth
am
it.
fascinated by Morgan, and I simply must meet the man. So
I hope that he is dressed with whimsy. Old guys get the coolest outfit selection screen. You can have twirly mustache, maybe like some circle glasses, a top hat. I hope that he is a character.
I drive over to his house. Oh, before I left, I sent him a message saying, cool, I'll be there in 10 minutes. He replied, okay, but spelled it O-K-A-Y, which just fascinated me more that he'll use 4 letters to spell a 2-letter word, but only 1 letter to spell a 3-letter word. Morgan is off the fucking chain!
He just knows where to spend his effort, okay? Maybe he got autocorrected.
And as I'm driving over to his house, I'm trying to picture what he's going to be like, you know. His pidgin English might suggest ethnicity of some sort, but I don't want to racially profile him. Maybe he's an old man who recently lost his wife and is not that very good at texting. Or maybe, and I'm really hoping this is the case, Morgan is just batshit crazy. So
Please, please, please! I love meeting crazy people if they don't threaten my life!
I I get to his house and I go up to the... I park out front, walk up path, ring bell, and I brace myself for the door to be opened by, like, an old man in a smoking jacket, wearing fishnet stockings and suspenders, just puffing on an opium pipe, while a butler just creepily polishes a goldfish in the background. And then a tiny pug dog wearing a fez hat just trots up the hallway, sits on the mat, looks up at me and says, "Welcome to our lovely room."
I know it's funny, but I always feel so bad for pugs when they're mentioned, man. I feel horrible. Nature has been against them. Or I guess people too, because they're kind of bred from us. Well, not from us, but you know what I mean.
And then the door opens and I am thoroughly disappointed.
No,
Before me stands an average Caucasian male in his mid-30s, dressed casually, hipster chic, stubble, glasses with designer frames, expensive watch. I immediately think architect, but the house is too cheesy for that. It's like a double-story doll's house with bay windows. But definitely a designer of some kind, maybe a graphic designer. He's too skinny for manual labor. He's too
tech bro. Maybe. I'm feeling tech bro, tech startup.
too hip for the public sector. But this can't be Morgan. Because Morgan's text messages would suggest that he's not that technically savvy. And then the man standing in front of me says, "Hello, my name's Morgan." And the plot thickens! He invites me in, shakes my hand, closes the door, and 20 minutes later, I will be witnessing Morgan perform some of the most aggressive acts of violence I've ever seen in my life. And I will be speeding away in my car, bleeding from the face.
How?
Here's how this shit went down.
Thank you. Tell me about it.
I go into the
All
house
ears.
and I notice two things immediately. One, this is a house in the throes of renovation. Nothing too extreme, but there's like drop sheets on all the furniture, there's freshly painted walls, there's a bathtub wrapped in plastic in the hallway awaiting installation. Someone's doing some work on this house. The second thing I notice, on the way up the stairs to the second floor, on the first floor landing, is a wedding photograph featuring a very cleanly shaven Morgan with a very beautiful bride.
He does have a bitch of an ex-wife. Oh my God. See, I watch enough 90 Day Fiancé to know when there's some interpersonal drama. Let's go.
Very much in love. The photograph is very much on the floor and the glass in the frame is very much smashed. She's not dead, she's left him, and the plot thickens a bit more for Morgan.
Oh my God, he's listening to Creed every single day.
And as Morgan unceremoniously, kicks the photo frame to one side on the way up the stairs, I really wanted to pry into Morgan's life and ask heaps of inappropriate questions. But he was clearly a broken man. He had this terrible air of sadness around him, so I didn't want to intrude. Luckily for me, though, I didn't have to, because Morgan immediately began oversharing and told me the whole fucking story.
Yes!
Thank you, Morgan! I shall hang off your every word and then retell your tale to 200 strangers and record it for a fucking DVD.
I won!
He is a graphic designer, yes, and he's really good at it. He does massive rebranding campaigns for large corporations. He gets flown all over the world doing this shit, right?
Cool.
About 4 years ago, a woman hired Morgan to rebrand her florist business, and he did such a great job, she married him.
Dang, wait, she's a florist. This is a Hallmark movie. No, I don't know. Maybe he did redesign Cracker Barrel. We'll have to send him an email and see if he's that guy.
He thought everything was just fine until about 3 months ago. Morgan had to do a presentation in Sydney, right? But he was on his way home from overseas and he got stuck in Dubai due to a flight cancellation. So rather than cancel the meeting, Morgan suggested to these businessmen in Sydney that they do a Skype chat because he's so technologically savvy.
I miss Skype, man. It actually took me a long time to move over to Discord from Skype because you could call pizza places on Skype with your friends. I miss that.
by his fucking baffling text message style. So Morgan checks into a hotel, cracks open his laptop and starts Skyping with this room full of businessmen in Sydney who are all watching Morgan on a massive screen on their boardroom wall, right? And everything's going great. Morgan is totally nailing it until about halfway through, he realises that a file he wants to show these dudes is on the desktop of his home computer back in his home office in Melbourne. And he decides to live share the desktop of his home computer on the Skype chat. He knows how to do that. He can control his computer remotely from anywhere in the world. It's not particularly new technology, but Morgan makes it sound so impressive. So this...
Anytime I have to show anybody my desktop, I get so scared. Especially if I have a tech call about my suit about a lot of the time, and they use like, what's it called, Teams, where they're allowed to like use your PC, and I sit here in fear.
Room full of businessmen are all watching keenly like, oh, Margaret, bring in some biscuits. There's some newfangled shit going on in here.
Team viewer, yeah.
As Morgan clicks a few buttons and brings up the desktop of his home computer on the Skype chat. Now, what Morgan doesn't realise is that his wife has been using the photo booth app on that particular computer to take pictures of herself.
Oh my God! She is spreading her clam in front of the Eiffel Tower, and I know it. Or she's getting Eiffel Towered. I'm scared! Oh, okay, well, you guys have an ad here. We'll watch something. That is gonna be awful. Clam cam. Oh, here. Okay, everybody, let's guess the game. Oh, wait! Wait, there's also... Yeah, let's guess the game. What game is this streamer playing?
Which is awesome.
Just chatting.
And grilled chicken.
Hi,
Where do I apply?
can I just get a
Discord.
8-count?
Okay, they're getting lunch. BRB looking for lost pieces. Berries and juice. Who is juicing me? Who is that? What the hell? I guess just chatting. I'm gonna put just chatting. It's gonna be like only sleeping or something. It was streamer is playing Lego and brick building. Oh, so he's like on the floor looking for all the pieces that he lost?
I don't have any more.
Monster Hunter. It was wild. I messed up. Valorant.
Down to nothing there. Ultimately, this round is just can 100 Thieves figure out?
Yay! I got it!
If yes,
Oh, you're back? Okay, sorry. We were guessing the game. Oh, hi, VTuber. What game is this?
Oh, sorry. I should be more specific.
What game is this?
I messaged you because I have a favor to ask. What up? What up? I want to repair my coffin.
Wait.
The one Cinderella was sleeping in?
How is it that game? I thought there were hot women with their boob out.
Correct.
This is a cell phone in a city builder.
Destroyed by behemoth.
What
Cinderella
happened?
reclaimed it, I believe.
What is this? Did I get baited? They text you. Oh, kind of like, what was it called? I think it's like Mystic Messenger or something. They text you too. Okay, we're gonna start.
To take naked pictures of herself. To take naked pictures of herself doing some pretty fucked up shit. It's
She's gonna get something stuck up in her hoo-ha.
embarrassing to say the least. Just as Margaret came back in with the biscuits, I've got you the...
Cleric beast.
Now, those of you who are familiar with the photo booth app will know that how it works is it accesses the built-in camera in your computer and with a click of a button, takes a photo of you when you're standing in front of the screen. And if you know that, you'll also know that if you leave that application open, the camera also stays open, witnessing whatever may be happening in front of the computer in real time. Such as your wife, in your home office, fucking your best mate.
can tell if your friend has a hot girlfriend? Well, he knew. He knew.
Morgan then goes on to tell me she's keeping the house, his former best mate is moving in, and while they're out for the day happily shopping for fittings, Morgan must suffer the indignity of moving his shit out and selling the stuff they don't want on Gumtree to this guy.
Horrible.
Oh. It's at this point of the story that Morgan starts crying.
Oh my God, I would give him a tip for telling me the story. Well, maybe that would remind him of his wife. Maybe I shouldn't give him a tip.
Breaks down, and I do not blame the man. It's fucking horrible, and I just want to give him a big hug and say, everything's going to be all right, Morgan. But I am holding the full weight of a bookshelf halfway down a set of stairs, and Morgan is the only thing stopping that bookshelf from caving my face in. I was like, Morgan! And Morgan managed to pull himself together for about 8 seconds and then just went bah and let the bookshelf go. I fell backwards.
God.
It literally rolled over me and took out the light hanging above the staircase. I'm now lying on my back getting showered in broken glass as the bookshelf turned end over end and just went thonk right through a freshly painted wall at the bottom of the stairs. I'm like, I've got a tiny cut on my forehead, which is just pissing blood for some reason. Apart from that, I'm fine.
Does like everything on your head bleed a lot? Like it's probably just not gonna stop for a while.
Morgan, however, he's not fine. Morgan is the opposite of fine. Something happened when the bookshelf lodged itself in the wall and his sadness just went away in a second and he started pissing himself laughing. What? Hysterical. And he had the creepiest laugh I've ever heard in my life. I'm sitting there going, this is weird, and he's going, like some sort of demonically possessed baritone kookaburra. It's like,
Wait, kookaburras are real? I thought they were just at Outback as like a joke. I didn't know that they were actually a real animal.
Can I still have the bookshelf? He's like, we extracted from the wall. The bookshelf, incidentally, showing no sign of having just rolled down a staircase and smashed through a wall. We carried it out to my car. We had to stop about 6 times because Morgan was like, hang on a minute. We got it to my car, put it on the trailer, and Morgan was in such a great mood, he let me have the bookshelf for free. And that's where the story
complete.
should end.
Does she
But
show
there was
up?
something about the bookshelf going through the wall that flipped a fucking switch in Morgan's head, and he is now hungry for more destruction. So as I started tying the bookshelf down to my trailer, Morgan just strolls over to like an upright mailbox on the front lawn and just starts trying to wrench it out of the ground. Just
He's
really
going
putting his back into
destructor
it.
mode.
I'm like, you okay, buddy? He's like, yep. He pulls it out of the ground, whereupon he wields it like a fucking battle axe and just starts smashing up the front garden, just beheading the daisies, fucking up the lavender. I'm like,
Is this like a male fantasy? I mean, technically it is because it's the mailbox, but to just smash things with the mailbox would be so fun.
hey, Morgan, maybe you want to stop and think about that. And he wheeled around and looked at me like Jack Nicholson chasing Shelley Duvall up the stairs in The Shining and said, why don't you mind your own fucking business?
He's walking out.
Yep, cool, man. Yep. Now, I like tying knots. I'm quite good at tying knots. If I tie something down, I take my time because I want it to stay there. But as Morgan nonchalantly strolled up the driveway, rolled up the garage door, and put the mailbox through the windscreen of an Audi?
Whoa, expensive.
I must admit, I kind of rushed my knot tying job. I got in the car, I'm about to drive off, I'm like looking at the house going, I'm sure he'll be fine. And then an armchair smashed out of an upstairs window and just went doink, 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 doink down the front lawn. I was like,
God! Is that free too? Just take it. He doesn't want it.
what's my duty of care in this situation? I didn't want to call the cops on him. I didn't want him to trash the house. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to talk to Morgan. So I got out, I walked up the driveway, shitting myself. You know when someone does something really violent and you're just like, fuck, we're not supposed to do shit like that.
Yes!
Yeah.
It always feels like their mind won, their intrusive thought won. So then you're scared to come up to them because you don't know what they're gonna do to you.
Yucky, just yucky feeling in my tum-tum, and I'm standing there.
He's already open.
Standing there in the garage, and there's like an adjoining door in the garage that leads into the house. I can see in through the door into the house, up the staircase. It's like a wooden staircase, and I'm standing in the garage just going, Morgan! Morgan! Like I was calling a cat for its dinner. Like, Morgan! Muggy, 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 muggy! And then I notice a small trickle of water start to come from the top step.
Oh,
and then
no.
a little bit more water, and then quite a lot of water. Just pissing down the stairs like a shitty
Risk
water
of
feature. I'm
rain.
like, that can't be right. And then Morgan appeared on the top step holding a hammer like this. Bah! I was like, whoa! He's like, bah! Starts running at me, wielding the hammer, going, bah! I'm like, oh no, man, I just wanted to buy a bookshelf. He's like, runs straight past me. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, bah! Made a beeline for my car. I'm like, no man, stop. He's like, stop it, just stop. He spins around and goes, I just checked my phone. She texted me 15 minutes ago saying she'll be here in 15 minutes.
No! Why are we gonna have a boss fight?
We gotta go! And gets into my car.
What?
Jesus. Fuck me. Get in the driver's seat. I'm like, what was with the water? He goes, I put plugs in all of the sinks and turned all the taps on. I'm like, that's fucked. He's like, just drive. I was like, yeah. I took off so quick, rounded the corner at the end of his street, and the bookshelf just went, boosh, and exploded against the guardrail. Just exploded in a shower of badly tied knots and broken dreams. So me and Morgan just fucking left it there. Like a little breadcrumb for his ex-wife to find.
She's gonna be pissed. My God. And it's like they put a trail on where they went. She's gonna sniff them out.
On the way home to her destroyed gingerbread house. I dropped Morgan at a train station. I have never seen him again. And that, my friends, is why I no longer shop on Gumtree. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That was so good.
Fuck. You know my favourite bit of that story?
What?
I just made it up. Yeah, it's not true.
How come I never believe Reddit, but I believe this guy? What the hell?
There is no Morgan.
What?
It's very unsatisfying, isn't it?
I would say liar, liar, pants for hire, but I don't even know if he has legs.
But I saw him in my head. I saw Morgan in my head.
He was all a lie.
Why is it we can feel so robbed when someone tells us a story we just heard isn't true, and yet so satisfied at the end of a fictional novel? Huh?
I don't know. I'm still satisfied. Maybe it's because I watch a lot of VTubers. And I know, like, sea creatures aren't women, and I know there's no dinosaur girls with big booba. Like, I still feel satisfied.
No. You know the other great thing about that story? First draft. Fuck you, Hemingway!
That love the presentation. It was awesome. I don't care that it was a lie, okay? I love whimsy. It makes me happy. And you know what? He told it in a convincing way that kept me on the hook. So, you know what? Clap, clap, clap. He's also very talented at what he does. If you have any other stuff that you want to share from him, I would super appreciate it because that was awesome. What a great storyteller. Yay! Okay, also, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe or maybe leave a like or maybe use code Berry at checkout for 10% off gamer subs. I would super appreciate it. Thank you.